Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Intuitive Angling. Really appreciate you guys taking some time to check the video out. And today, as the title said, I want to address the people out there. It's not specifically the people, but it's sort of that energy and vibe of the people that do a lot of boat flipping and live scoping. And not to, say that you're a bad person for doing this, and I'm not specifically talking about boat flipping and live scoping, but I'm talking about the energy behind that trend in fishing. And I want to address some issues in this that were brought up from the video I did earlier today on progress, because I think anytime I do some of these opinion pieces, there's a tremendous amount of misunderstanding on what the point of the videos are. A lot of people, they respond to the titles, they don't watch the whole videos, and they tend to respond on emotion rather than actuality. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Real quick, I just wanted to give you guys a weekly reminder. If you guys are interested in checking out any of our Fish the Moment lake map breakdowns, myself, Johnny Schultz, and Matt Steffen, we're building lake map breakdowns of lakes all across the country, all seasons of the year, man. We've got the summer maps coming out now. If you want to know more about your local lake, or if you got a lake you fish a lot and you want to know more about, it's a great resource to get some spots to show you guys where to fish. And we also build personal breakdowns, but you can get that by going to fishthemoment.com. I'll include the link of that in the description here. Much appreciated. Okay, guys, let's talk a little bit about this. The live scoping, boat flipping crowd a little bit. And we've talked a lot in the past about the live scoping and this type of stuff, but specifically what I want to talk about is that trend that we see in fishing more and more about people getting away from fishing and are focused more on catching. There's an aggression almost that comes with fishing now that you see from a lot of the Elite Series guys, people like that just have sped up what fishing is to a point that it's degrading the sport, in my opinion. Actually, the reason I want to do this video was because a comment from one of the subscribers this morning. I thought this was brilliant. I'm going to read this to you guys, what he said. We were talking about progress, along these same lines about, and he says, when it went from fishing to catching, that was the beginning of the end. It's no longer a journey, but it's an end. My best days on the water were with an ultralight spinning rod and a beetle spin. Guys, that I could not have conveyed more perfectly what he just said there. That we're getting lost. Now, a lot of you dudes out there can relate to what I'm talking about, especially you older guys, maybe some of you younger guys too. But what we've seen here, and that was the point of this video I did on progress, is that we are losing so much about what fishing is here by the way that we are approaching it and the way that a lot of the generation today is approaching fishing. I see so many YouTube, and I see Instagram posts, and I see Facebook posts. You see these guys saying, nothing like boat flipping a 7-pounder. Guys, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, regardless if you believe it or not, boat flipping 7-pound, boat flipping 5-pound bass is nothing but some way to pump your ego up and pump your chest out, because it doesn't have any place within bass fishing. You get a fish like that on, get it up to the boat, reach down there and lip it and turn it loose. There's no need to be swinging these big fish in, but what we've had is a gravitation towards a sentiment that this is something cool that you do, and this is some type of a testimonial to your high testosterone level and a testimonial to how much of a man you are that you can swing a 7-pounder on. No offense, Oliver and I, because I love you, man, and you're in a different category because you're a big swim baiter. But a lot of what I'm talking about as far as for the other people that I see, especially the younger ones there. And it's just sort of the same with the live scoper. I've been, watching a lot of videos here recently of the tournaments over the past month, and I can't count how many videos that I've seen guys out there fishing, and they might as well have blinders on because they don't look at, there's nothing that they look at. They're not looking at the bank, they're not looking at the water, they're staring specifically at that fish on the live scope, and they're not even looking at their reel handle. Oh, there he is, he's getting closer. Oh, he's just about got it. And I'm like, give me a freaking break. I go, that is not fishing. We've talked about this before. That's not really the point of this video. The point of the video is want to make here, guys, and you guys can call me an old codger, you guys can call me, out of touch with the modern ways, and just some old cranky dude like that. But guys, I've been there. I was 18, I was 20 years old. I know what it's like to be young and full of the vigor of life and pumped full of testosterone. I've been there, I've done that. I can tell you stories about it. But what happens is you get older, you get smarter, you get wiser that comes with that. And you begin to see things that you don't see when you're younger with that. What I want to try to point out here, guys, and the point of what I do a lot of my videos on, and the point of my channel, is I want to try to push some way of thinking into people today that it has been lost in our modern society of technology. A lot of you guys out there that watch these videos, you don't know what I'm talking about because you were born in technology. You guys were born when cell phones were already available. You don't understand really what it's like to go back into the past and experience what this guy's talking about here, as far as it's went from fishing to catching, because you've never been experienced. And I'm not saying anything bad. I'm not criticizing you guys. I'm not criticizing you guys that boat flip 7-pounders, you guys that had your eyes glued to Livescope all the time. All I'm trying to do is I'm trying to point out an alternative to that, because what happens is fishing is such a incredible, magical, frustrating, joyful, wonderful sport that makes you experience every aspect of human emotion. And if you take that away from fishing, and fishing becomes a venture in catching, you're missing everything, man. It's almost like, having a $300 Wagyu steak and gobbling the whole thing down in 2 bites. You miss everything. You miss the nuances and the flavors and the textures, everything that comes with it. So the point of what I'm trying to do in these videos here, and the point of what I'm talking about with progress, is take a step back, take a deep breath, and take time to really understand what you want to get out of fishing, and try to expand your awareness to things that go on beyond what you think is cool right now. Guys, I'm telling you right now, if you spend your days out there staring at a Livescope, for 8 hours a day and not focused on anything else around you, I'm not saying you're a bad person for it. I'm not dogging you. I'm just saying you're missing out. You're missing out on the magic, man. I'm telling you that. If you guys, are swinging those 7-pounders in the boat, and you look and you think of these fish as nothing but an inanimate object, you're missing out on the beauty of bass. I mean, one of the best things about it is, like, you get this 5 or 7 pound bass up to the boat, and you hold it in the water gently, and you look at the colors and the texture of the fish and the smell of the fish and the way the fish's eyes are moving and all of its fins. You absorb and you become aware of this creature that has as much right to be on this planet as you do. When you relegate and delegate swinging a 7-pounder over the side of the boat to pump up your own ego, you're disrespecting that bass. You're disrespecting that bass, like I said, you and I don't have any more right to be on this planet than that bass does. And when we catch that fish, I don't care if you flay it out and eat it or release it, you got to respect that creature, man. That's just the right thing to do. That's the strong thing to do, and anything else is weak as a human, man. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out in a direction, that a lot of you guys may not have thought about. A lot of this was brought up in the video. If you guys haven't seen it on the video I did on progress, check it out on my YouTube channel there. But anyway, I saw this comment that one of my subscribers left, and I just felt really good that there were some other people out there that really get it, what we're talking about. So again, guys, if you guys are in one of that crowd, I'm not trying to say you're a bad person. I'm not. Bass fishing, man, you guys are my community, man. You guys are my brothers out there. And what I'm trying to do is just trying to open it up for you guys so you can get the most out of the sport, because it has a lot to offer, and a lot of people in today's fishing are missing out on that. So hope you guys are doing good, and we'll talk later. See you.